Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Before you scroll away, pause for a moment. What if this video isn't just another clip, but a message meant for the 0.01% of souls who are about to change everything? Yes, you heard that right. The rare few, the chosen ones. The ones Allah has quietly marked for something extraordinary. And no, this isn't a motivational cliché. It's a spiritual reality. You might wonder, why me? Why now? But the truth is, Allah doesn't waste moments. If you're hearing this, it means your current season is no coincidence. It's a divine placement, a strategic intersection of destiny and decision. You're not just watching for entertainment, you're being positioned. Think about it. How often do you feel like you're wired differently? Like the world's rhythm doesn't quite match your heartbeat? You've tried to fit in, to follow the crowd, but something inside you resists. Maybe you felt restless or confused, or maybe even like you don't belong. That tension, that unease, that's your spirit nudging you, telling you there's more purpose, more light, more life. And I want you to listen carefully. The 0.01% are those who dare to hear the call when it's faint. Those who don't ignore the whisper even when it feels inconvenient. Those who feel like their soul is waiting, aching for something that most don't even notice exists. This is your invitation to stay awake, to stop pretending you don't feel the stirrings of greatness inside you. Because what's about to be shared isn't for everyone. It's for the ones who recognize that their life has been quietly, patiently, and purposefully curated by the Most High. Stay with me until the end, because I promise you this. At the end of this video, I will pray specifically for you, for your journey, and for the unfolding of your divine destiny. That prayer will be a moment of connection, a moment where your heart can find rest and your soul can find direction. You might find this hard to believe right now. You might be skeptical or even doubtful. That's okay, because even the chosen wrestle with their calling. But it's important that you don't walk away from this message as if it were ordinary. This is extraordinary. It's rare. It's sacred. So take a breath, open your heart, and prepare yourself. Because you're about to hear what only a few are meant to understand. And it just might change everything. You see, being chosen by Allah doesn't come with flashing lights or big announcements. It's quiet, subtle, like a seed planted in the dark soil, unseen by the world, but growing with fierce determination beneath the surface. You might be feeling that seed stirring inside your chest right now. That feeling that you're not like everyone else, that your journey has a weight and depth others just don't understand. You're part of the 0.01%, and that means you've been marked in a way that the majority simply cannot see or comprehend. Sometimes, this marking feels like a blessing. Moments of clarity, peace, and connection with the divine that others miss. Other times, it feels like a curse, loneliness, confusion, or a sense of being out of place. But here's what the world won't tell you. That loneliness, that confusion, that feeling of standing apart, it's proof. Proof that your soul is being prepared for something bigger than the daily grind, bigger than just getting by. Think of it like this. Imagine a precious diamond that needs to be cut and polished. The rough stone can't shine or fulfill its purpose until it's shaped. That shaping process is hard. It requires pressure. It requires time. It requires intentional work. And so does your soul. There are signs you might be ignoring because they're uncomfortable to face. You might find yourself questioning everything, your purpose, your relationships, your direction. You might feel a deep restlessness that no amount of distraction can fix. That's not a flaw or a failure. It's the mark of the chosen. In fact, many chosen souls feel like they're different in ways they can't explain. They crave meaning in places others overlook. They're sensitive to injustice, deeply empathetic, and sometimes painfully aware of the world's brokenness. That's not coincidence. That's design. And the truth is, being chosen doesn't guarantee an easy life. Far from it. It means you're walking a path that requires resilience, faith, and patience. You'll face moments where the weight feels too heavy, where doubts creep in, and where you might even question why you were chosen at all. But you're still here, listening, searching. That's important. Because the journey of the chosen is not a sprint. It's a marathon that tests your heart, sharpens your spirit, and grows your faith. So before you move on, take a moment to ask yourself, are you ready to embrace what it means to be part of the 0.01%? Are you ready to walk the path that few dare to tread? If the answer is yes, then keep listening. Because what comes next will help you understand why you've been feeling so different and what to do about it. Let's talk about isolation, because it's a heavy word, but an important one. Many chosen souls find themselves separated, not by accident or misfortune, but by divine design. That loneliness you feel? It's not a punishment. It's training. A preparation ground where your heart and spirit are being refined, sharpened, and tested. Imagine the greatest swords in history. They weren't forged in comfort, but in fire and relentless pressure. The same goes for your soul. The solitude you experience isn't rejection. It's an invitation to grow deeper roots, to strengthen the parts of you that will carry the light that others will one day follow. You may feel forgotten or abandoned by those around you. Maybe your closest friends don't understand your struggles or your dreams. Perhaps your family questions your path. But remember this, being misunderstood is often the mark of the chosen. Because what you carry isn't for everyone. It's for the few who will recognize your true value when the time comes. And here's a truth that's easy to overlook. During this time of isolation, your relationship with Allah is being personalized and intensified. When the noise fades and the crowd thins, the divine speaks most clearly. The prayers whispered in private, the silent tears in the night, the longing for meaning, these are the moments Allah uses to shape you. But the struggle is real. The quiet can feel deafening, the waiting endless, the path unclear. And you might wonder if this pain is a sign of failure. It is not. It is a sign of transformation. Ask yourself, how many great leaders, prophets, or scholars reached their purpose without walking through a season of solitude? Almost none. The chosen are often those who have learned to be comfortable with silence, because in that silence they found strength. So embrace your solitude not as a curse, but as a sacred classroom, a place where your character is being built, your faith deepened, and your vision clarified. Remember, the dark soil beneath the seed is exactly where it gains the power to break through the hardest earth and reach the light. This stage may be hard, but it's necessary. Your isolation is a signal, a divine whisper telling you, prepare yourself. Your moment is coming. Now, let's talk about that strange feeling. The pull you can't quite explain. The restlessness that wakes you up in the middle of the night. The dissatisfaction with things that once made you happy. The hunger for something deeper, something real. Something that touches your soul. The spiritual tension you feel, it's no accident. It's the heartbeat of the chosen. You might feel caught between two worlds, too awake for the distractions of this life, yet not fully arrived at the destination your soul is calling you towards. It's like standing at the edge of a door, hesitating, wanting to step through but unsure what awaits. And that hesitation is natural. Growth rarely happens without discomfort. You see, this divine unease isn't a punishment or a sign that you're lost. It's a signal, a reminder that your current state isn't your final destination. Allah is pulling you out of complacency. He's awakening parts of your heart that have been asleep. The old you no longer fits, but the new you hasn't fully arrived yet. That in-between space, it's where transformation lives. Maybe you've tried to silence this feeling with busyness or distractions, scrolling through endless content, keeping yourself too busy to think deeply. But the unease returns, persistent and demanding. That's because your soul isn't fooled. It knows that this restlessness is a call to wake up, to move forward, to seek more. And here's something witty for you. Trying to ignore this pull is like trying to hold back the tide with a bucket. You can try, but eventually, the ocean of your purpose will rise and flood every corner of your life. It's better to surrender and swim with the current than fight what's destined to come. So what do you do with this tension? You embrace it. You lean into the discomfort and listen. Because in that tension lies your true calling. The things you're avoiding, the prayers you're delaying, the dreams you've been too scared to chase. They're all waiting on the other side of your courage. This isn't just about feeling restless. It's about being spiritually alive. And that life requires movement. It requires action. Remember, the chosen aren't those who sit and wait for change. They are those who move through the uncertainty, trusting Allah to guide their steps. The pull you feel is your soul's GPS, follow it, even if you don't see the whole map yet. Let's get real about something most people don't want to face. Once Allah has marked you for a higher purpose, going back to old habits or former comforts becomes impossible. You might find yourself trying to slip back into the familiar, but suddenly, what once brought you peace now feels like a prison. Why? Because when Allah elevates a soul, He changes its nature. Your old life can no longer hold the new you. Have you noticed how sometimes the things that used to comfort you now leave you empty? Maybe it's the friendships that no longer feel genuine, the habits that once distracted you, or the routine that seems safe. When you're chosen, Allah begins closing doors, not to punish but to protect you from what no longer serves your growth. Those closed doors are not walls, but redirections. Sometimes, the hardest part of the spiritual journey is accepting that your past self can't come along for the ride. Imagine this. You've been invited to a banquet fit for kings and queens, but you're still trying to eat from the fast food joint down the street. That fast food might feel familiar, it might taste good, but it will never satisfy your hunger for the feast ahead. This is the reality of your spiritual growth. You can't nourish a new soul with old food. And here's a witty truth to hold on to. Trying to go back to your old self after being chosen is like trying to rewatch your favorite childhood movie but realizing you don't enjoy it anymore. You've changed. You've grown. Your tastes and needs have evolved. That's a sign you're moving forward, even if it feels uncomfortable. Maybe you've tried to hide from this truth, telling yourself, maybe I'm just tired, or maybe this phase will pass. But deep down, you know something is shifting. Your heart feels the difference between what you used to accept and what you now deserve. The challenge? You don't always get a clear signpost pointing you in the new direction. Often, you just feel a gentle push away from the old and a vague pull toward the unknown. This is where faith becomes essential. Faith that Allah knows exactly where He is leading you, even if the path isn't fully visible yet. So ask yourself, Are you ready to let go of what no longer fits? Are you willing to trust that Allah's closed doors are actually gateways to greater blessings? Because clinging to the past will only weigh you down, slowing your progress and dimming the light Allah has placed inside you. Remember, the chosen don't stay stagnant. They don't settle for comfort zones that limit their purpose. Instead, they embrace the uncertainty of growth, knowing that every closed door brings them closer to the divine plan. You're not stuck. You're being prepared to step into a new season, one where your faith, patience, and trust will be tested and rewarded beyond what you can imagine. So don't resist the change. Lean into it, because the moment you stop trying to return to what was and start embracing what will be, you unlock the power of your true destiny. Let's dive deep, because this step is the heart of the message, the truth that changes everything if you let it. You see, being part of the 0.01% isn't just about being chosen for a blessing or a mission. It's about being chosen to carry a responsibility heavier than most can imagine. And that responsibility comes with challenges that are not always visible, but felt deeply in the soul. You've probably noticed how life's tests aren't just about what happens outside you, but what happens inside. The battles you fight are often invisible. The enemy you face isn't always a person or a situation. Sometimes it's the whisper inside your own mind that tries to convince you to give up, to settle, to question your worth. But here's a powerful truth. The voice inside telling you that you're not enough is a lie. You are more than your doubts, fears, or past mistakes. Allah chose you precisely because you have what it takes, even if you don't feel it right now. Being chosen means you're equipped with an inner strength, a divine spark that no darkness can extinguish. Think about the stories of those who were chosen before you. Prophets, righteous souls, leaders. They all faced moments of despair and doubt, yet they persevered because they trusted in the one who chose them. Their journey wasn't easy, but it was meaningful, and so is yours. The weight you carry is not a burden meant to break you. It's a weight designed to build you. Like a blacksmith uses heat and hammer to shape metal, Allah uses trials to shape your character, your patience, your faith. Every hardship you face is a stroke of the hammer, refining you into a vessel capable of holding divine wisdom and light. Sometimes, you might feel overwhelmed, like the pressure is too much. But that pressure is a sign that you're being prepared for something greater than what you currently see. It's a sign that you're on the right path, even if it feels lonely or confusing. Here's a witty insight for you. Think of your journey like a diamond in the rough. Diamonds don't become valuable until they're cut and polished. The rough edges have to be removed through pressure and heat. And yes, the process is uncomfortable, but the result is breathtaking beauty and strength. You're that diamond in the making. This process also means you have to guard your heart carefully. Not everyone understands the weight you carry, and some may try to pull you back into old ways or discourage your growth. Protect yourself from those who drain your energy or sow doubt. Surround yourself with people who uplift, encourage, and remind you of your worth. Now, let's talk about patience. Not the kind that waits passively, but the kind that endures actively. The patience that prays, strives, and refuses to give up even when the road is rough. This is the patience the chosen develop. It's what sets them apart. And don't confuse patience with weakness. Patience is strength wrapped in faith. It's the calm in the storm, the steady heartbeat when everything around you is chaotic. When you develop this patience, you're aligning yourself with Allah's timing, knowing that His plan is perfect, even if it's delayed or hidden. You might wonder, how do I keep going when the waiting feels endless? The answer lies in daily surrender. Every morning, renew your intention. Every night, release your worries to Allah. Trust that what's meant for you will never miss you, and what misses you was never meant for you. You have come a long way by simply staying here and listening. This journey we've taken together is not just about words. It's about awakening the soul that has been quietly waiting for its moment. You, the 0.01%, have been chosen not by chance, but by divine will. You are not random. You are not forgotten. You are deeply, powerfully marked for greatness. And now is the time to accept what has been whispered to your heart all along, and that you have a purpose larger than the life you've known. You've been called to walk a path that many fear, but few can truly embrace. This path demands courage, resilience, and an unwavering trust in Allah's plan, even when the road is unclear. The beautiful irony of being chosen is that it doesn't come with guarantees of ease or applause. It comes with challenges, silence, and sometimes loneliness. But those very trials are the tools Allah uses to shape your spirit into a vessel of light. The harder the struggle, the brighter your light will shine. It's okay if you feel scared. It's okay if you doubt yourself. But don't let those feelings become your final destination. You are stronger than your fears. Your worth is not measured by your past mistakes or current struggles, but by your willingness to keep moving forward despite them. Take a moment to realize this. The greatest leaders, prophets, and heroes all walked through fire before reaching their glory. Your story is no different. Your breakthrough is closer than you think, but it requires you to step into the unknown with faith, not fear. So here's what I want you to do right now. Commit to embracing your calling fully. Stop waiting for perfect conditions, perfect feelings, or perfect timing. The perfect moment is the one you make with your sincere intention and action today. Let go of what holds you back: pride, doubt, fear, or past failures. Release the weight of not enough and step into the truth of I am chosen. This truth is a shield against every attack, a light in every darkness, and a hope when despair surrounds you. And now, as promised, I want to pray for you, not just as words, but as a spiritual bridge connecting your heart to Allah's mercy and power. O Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate, I ask you for your chosen servant listening right now. Strengthen their heart when it feels weak. Guide their steps when the path is unclear. Fill their soul with patience when waiting is hard. Illuminate their mind with wisdom when confusion clouds. Surround them with your protection from every harm, and bless them with peace that surpasses all understanding. O Allah, open the doors of mercy and blessings upon them. Make their journey easy, their trials brief, and their reward eternal in this life and the hereafter. Let them be among the radiant lights of your creation, a beacon of hope, faith, and perseverance for those around them. Ameen. Remember, being chosen is not just about privilege, it's about responsibility. Your mission begins now. Walk it with courage, walk it with faith, and never forget that Allah's support is with you every step of the way. Thank you for being here. May this message be the spark that lights your path forward.